I got fired this morning from a company I have been working at for the last 8 years.
I just walked out of work today. I couldn't do it anymore. Something just clicked inside of me, bro.
Yo, if I can't get a job and I don't want to trap or scam, then what do I do?
Well, first off, don't trap or scam because that's the fastest way to ruin your future. And I understand things may seem tough right now, especially in an era where unemployment is rising, companies are shrinking, and entire industries are restructuring in real time. But don't fear because this shift isn't just about people losing jobs, it's about the labor market tightening, expectations rising, and hiring becoming harder than it has been in years. Businesses are operating with smaller teams, stricter budgets, and almost no room for error. So when they do hire, they're not taking chances on people who lack consistency, who jump too fast, or who look like they're running from responsibility. Jobs are disappearing. Employees are getting fired left and right, and the truth is that employers want someone they can trust long term, someone who proves they can stick through difficult seasons instead of quitting the second things get uncomfortable. And while that reality might feel overwhelming, this moment is actually one of the most important turning points for anyone who wants to build a stable career. Because when the market is tough, your commitment and your discipline matter more than anything on your resume. Instead of panicking or taking shortcuts that destroy your reputation, this is the time to level up. Update your skills, refine your experience, get certified, build a portfolio, take on small projects that show you can create value even when the world feels unstable. People think the job market is just about applying and hoping, but it's really about proving you can grow, adapt, and bring something meaningful to the table when others are playing it safe. And if you stay focused through this chaos, you come out stronger, more valuable, and in a position where employers need you more than you need them. Check out some of these videos.
Yo, if I can't get a job and I don't want to trap or scam, then what do I do? I can't trade because you need money to trade. I can't drop ship. You need money to drop ship. I can't freaking resell. You need money to resell. I tried mowing lawns again. I tried DoorDash. I got denied by DoorDash. I tried washing cars. I even had a period of time where I was helping someone install lights in buildings. And I was getting like $100 every time I did that, but he don't need me no more. Like, bro, there is genuinely nothing that I can do right now to make money, bro. Does somebody know anything I could do, bro? Anything, because I need money.
Guys, I just had an interview and the question was, or the guy was like, have you played chess? I was like, yes. And then he was like, do you know what an elephant is? I was like, yeah, it can move diagonally right and it can jump over things. And he's like, no, it can move straight down or straight to the side. And then I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yes. And I was like, okay, because men don't like to be told they're wrong. And I'm 100% sure he's wrong because I have played chess before. But okay. And we keep going with the interview, but in my head I'm just laughing my ass off. Like, it's fine, it's not that big of a deal if you don't know, but I just hate that I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yes. Like, I was like, no, and he's like, yes. I didn't push it because I'm like, I'm trying to get this job. But I'm so tempted to just send him the Wikipedia now because the elephant is diagonal, it can jump. He was referring to, like, I don't know what's called in English, but in Arabic the translation is castle, and like the one that can move down or across. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It was like a matrix question, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the name of the piece is. I just was like, no. Should I be annoying and message in the Wikipedia?
Everyone's always like, the job market sucks. And I was like, maybe people just have a negative outlook on life. And I always tend to have a positive outlook on life. So I was like, there's no way the job market sucks that badly. I moved to DC a week after I graduated from college. And I was so excited to do all the things. I was ready to follow my dreams, do the things. And then I had an internship. I had an internship lined up. Internship was great. And I was like, I have this month of this internship. I will be networking, sending out my resumes, doing all the things. It has now been almost 2 months since the internship ended. And I still don't have a job, because why does every single one of these job postings is like, I'll filter it out for entry-level positions, and they're like, entry-level positions, 3 to 5 years Hill experience. And then they still want to pay me the same as like an entry-level wage. And I'm like, this is so confusing. Also, the amount of 3 to 5 year experience positions that are open right now, but then even when I'm like, you know what, balls to the walls, I'll apply for it. I apply for it, don't get it. I actually did apply for one of them. I got to the interview rounds. I got to the final interview and was one of the last. I was the second choice, but they went with somebody who had more experience. I'm actually not that mad. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here, but I would love to be here with health insurance and a salary.
I work in tech and I'm on the hunt for a new job, so I'm going through LinkedIn, and some of the postings I'm seeing have me gobsmacked. This person has it right, okay? They're expecting us to surpass what a human can do, but here's what I found today. Let's take a moment. Excited about you because you're organized, you thrive in creating structure out of nothing. That sounds like a really fun time. You thrive in a diverse set of responsibilities. Okay, so you're gonna want me to do a million different things. Got it. You're analytical. You let data win arguments, but you're also persuasive. You speak as if you're right and listening as if you're wrong. You act with urgency. Speed excites you. You prefer an accomplishment today than an accomplishment tomorrow. Once again, you are relentless. What is it with these jobs asking us to be relentless? Like, why is that the new trending word? I don't get it. It's these type of job postings that make me feel like I need to be killing my boss just sent a Zoom link out of nowhere. Here we go again.
It is extremely hard to find a job right now. That's why you have to be careful which job you leave on good terms. You can always just call up the boss, the old boss, and hey, do y'all have any openings? Because, a brother need a job real quick. I've been looking for a job since like the end of last year. And of course I didn't have like much luck. So of course, sometimes I probably have to do a little bit of Uber, a little bit of DoorDash just to get some money in my pocket. But finding a job, a real job, is literally hard to do right now. I don't care about going back to a 9-to-5 because my life has changed over the course of months. So I got to do what I got to do. I got to handle my responsibilities. My dreams will never die. But I need somebody to either call me back, or when I call y'all, can y'all pick up the phone? And then when I send an email, can you at least send me a follow-up letting me know why I didn't get the position, or at least the position has been filled or something? Like, be considerate. Like, come on now. Like, I'm looking for a job. Y'all need people because, of course, on Indeed, it says we are looking for people to hire. So if you're looking for people to hire, but you're not hiring nobody, or you're not calling nobody, or you're not picking up the phone, why do you have that application up? Like, what's the point of having an opening if you're not going to at least give somebody an introduction interview? Like, what's going on? Let me know. Am I the only one struggling to find a job right now?
Yo, what's up, y'all? I ain't even gonna lie. I just walked out of work today. I couldn't do it anymore. Something just clicked inside of me, bro. I had a long talk with my pops. Bro, if I really want to do this music shit, bro, even though I gotta make ends meet, bro, I gotta fully devote myself to this music shit. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like every single time I get momentum and I get the ball rolling, and this happens when I'm away from work, I always return back to work because my funds get low, and then of course it kills the dream inside of me. Every single hour I'm at work, I'm thinking about, damn, this is a good idea for music. Write that down. Yo, damn, this is a good idea for an EP. Damn, I should make this change to the mix while I'm listening to it at work. But I don't have the time to get home and make those edits or work on music at all. You feel me? Can't stream, can't make content. Because I'm working 7 days a week. 10 to 12 hours a day. You feel me? 17 sometimes. It's just, I don't know. Some just snapped inside of me, bro. But yeah, that's just my TED Talk. Peace.
So I just found out this morning that they are phasing out my role at a job that I've had for the last 7 years. There was no indication that this was happening, no warning signs. It's a pretty small company, and I'm close with a lot of my coworkers, and I just didn't see this coming. It's just a super uncertain time, and I don't even know what to do next. I've been in this role for such a long time. I feel like I'm so rusty when it comes to, submitting applications and interviewing and, what are people looking for now? I kind of had a mixed role at my company. I was doing a lot of business development, building proposals, but I also dabbled in some product management as well as operations. So it kind of spanned the gamut. So yeah, any tips or tricks on when you apply to jobs would be much appreciated. We're in the middle of hunting for a house. So this is definitely going to put a wrench in things. I had really good insurance at my current job, and my daughter is on my insurance, and, we're going through the fertility process. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's next.
I got fired this morning from a company I have been working at for the last 8 years. I've had the same boss for the last 8 years, and yeah, it happened this morning. 9 a.m., I had a meeting booked with my boss. Our HR business partner immediately joins the call. They tell me that due to restructuring, they have to make hard decisions, and they have decided after review at all leadership levels that my job will be terminated. This came as a massive shock. There was no performance improvement plan. There was no conversation about how I could have been performing better. They essentially just told me, effective Friday, your role is no longer here. My only question I could muster the strength to ask is what's happening with my team? Are they also being let go? And they said that they could not answer that question at the time.
Hey guys, I'm officially 3 weeks into working my first full-time role since graduating college back in 2024. I wanted to shed some light on my post-grad journey, especially with my job search, because I've been seeing so many videos on my For You page from people who are just freshly post-grad or have maybe been post-grad for a year like myself. I feel like my story could really help people out there feel a little less alone. Let me just start off by saying the job market is so ass right now, so if you're struggling to get a job, trust me, it is not you. Like I mentioned earlier, I graduated in 2024 and I literally just got my first full-time role 4 weeks ago. It took me over a year of applying to jobs, reaching out, making connections to land my first role. I don't say that to scare anyone. I know over a year sounds like a really, really long time. And trust me, if I could have been employed before that, I would have. I was literally doing everything in my power to get a job and it just wasn't working. I was applying to so many roles on LinkedIn, Indeed, whatever platform, you name it. I was on there applying to roles every single day. I was reaching out and making connections. I was reaching out to hiring managers, even was working with a job recruiter. When I tell you I was doing everything to get a job, I truly mean that. It really just goes to show how bad the job market is right now. Again, I don't say any of this to scare you. Hopefully you guys can find some relief in the things that I'm saying, and hopefully you guys can find some comfort in knowing that it's not you. If I could go back in time and give myself 3 pieces of advice, number 1, I would say everything works out the way that it's supposed to, when it's supposed to. Number 2, I would say your job does not define who you are as a person. And number 3 would be to take breaks. Postgrad in general is such a testament to trusting the timing of your life, especially when it comes to getting a job. So many people are going to be in so many different places in their postgrad journey. If you're stuck comparing yourself to your friends or what you see online, you're going to feel pretty bad about yourself. It's helpful for me to remember that my life is my life, my timeline is my timeline. I always knew that it was going to work out for me eventually. There were probably many reasons why I didn't get a job earlier than when I ended up getting my job. It's so easy to let your job search or your postgrad journey define who you are as a person. I feel like I let my job search at times define how I felt about myself. But truly, you have to remember that when you're on your deathbed, people aren't going to say, oh, wow, she was a really great accountant. No, they're going to talk about how nice you were, how funny you were, how smart you were, and the things you did for the people around you. There's so much more to you than whatever job you have. I really wish I would have told myself that it was okay to take breaks. Job search specifically, it is so hard to stay focused when you're constantly getting rejected. Or maybe not even getting a response at all. I wish that I would have let myself take more breaks. It's not that I didn't take breaks, because I definitely did, but every single time I would take a break, I would beat myself up about it, because I felt like I didn't deserve to take a break because I didn't have anything to show for my job search. It's so much better to take a break than feel completely defeated and not have any motivation. You are on your job search journey right now. No, you are not alone. It is literally so tough right now, so don't let anyone make you feel that you could be doing more. Try your best to stay positive and remember that it's all going to work out for you. Also, take breaks when you need them.
Job search update! I have received so many rejections email to the point where I know when I'm getting rejected. For example, if I applied or interviewed for a company, let's say Monday of this week, and I haven't heard anything back from them Friday of that week, chances that I'm getting rejected is probably the Sunday of that week or the Friday of next week. Today's a Friday. I already got like 4 different rejections-ish. That's kind of low, I know, compared to you guys, but still. I have a vision that this Sunday I'm going to get more rejections, which is totally okay because rejection is redirection. Have a great weekend.